Welcome to The Voiceover with your host, Dee Foster III, where we discuss relevant topics that affect the culture with bold, independent commentary. Get ready to be inspired, enlightened, and encouraged.
It's Friday somewhere, and you know what time it is. It's time for another The Voice Over Now podcast with your host, CEO and President of Wake Up Global Networks, Dee Foster III. Want to say happy Friday, happy weekend to you. We're going to get into some things today. Listen, you know the spiel. Before we get started, make sure you like, you subscribe, you share. Listen. I got to be honest with y'all. I'm not happy. I am not happy. I am not happy on the likes, y'all. I'm not happy on the subscriptions to the channel. Push this out. Push this so that the algorithms can push this up. This is conscious content. Listen, let me tell you especially about my show. I got to get this off my chest before I go back into my greeting. And you've heard me say this before, I have nothing against podcasters. I think podcasting is becoming, in my opinion, very, very cheap, which means the content is becoming less and less, because if you have a phone, you have a platform, and I get it. But I always say you have to have a message. And what I'm running across now is something you don't see on this channel. That's why I'm not happy. I'm not happy because I put a lot of work into my content. And what I'm running into now with podcasting, and every to each his own, but it's a lot of reactionary video. I mean, think about the time I could save if I played a video and cut it off every now and then and say, yep, you know what? I was thinking about that. Let's play. I mean, nothing against that, okay? So if you do reaction videos, I'm not hating. But on this channel, on this podcast, you have to be honest. I may have done a story, but come up with my own content, come up with my own thoughts, which takes a lot more, in my opinion, work than just running a video and responding. Because basically what I think you're doing is you clout chasing. A lot of that is clout chasing. You don't want to put the work in, so you just get somebody's video, upload it, and then respond. And most of the people that watch your channel are not watching you, they're watching the content of somebody else. Now, I don't have anything to do with that, but I mean, and again, to each his own. I know it's about views, it's about numbers, and I get all of that. I get it. But I'm saying when you have pure content creators like myself and others who put in the time, who come up with original thoughts, we need your support. We need you to press the likes. We need you to press the subscribe. We need you to share the content in your links so that more people can hear this. It's pushed up in the algorithms so that it goes further. It lets YouTube know more people want content like this. Now, again, and I say it, I'm not hating on the reaction videos. Obviously, it's working. They've got numbers I don't have. I get it. But what I'm saying is, I feel like YouTube is really being cheapened. You know what I'm saying? It's being cheapened because everybody, you can get on a channel and mumble. You can get on a channel and talk stuff that you've heard before. But when you have content creators like myself and others who we put in the work, we do the research. We don't play videos and then respond to them. We do the research. We dig deep. We create rabbit holes. We cause you to think. All we're asking is that we have your support. You understand? So press the likes, support this channel, support us. That's all I'm saying. And I think that podcasting has gone the way that radio's gone. It'll be because everybody has it. It's a busy highway. It's competitive, and I get it. I'm down for the competition if that's what you want, because I can compete with the best original content creators out there, right? I'm talking about the originals. I'm not going to do no reaction because my job is not to tell you what to think, but to present the evidence and make sure that you come up with your own conclusion like we're going to do today. So I just wanted you to know how I felt at the beginning of the show. Like it. You say you get something out of it. We need the numbers to go up. We need the algorithms to push this to the front. We need more subscribers to the channel. Go to our website, www.wakeupglobalnetworks.com, www.wakeupglobalnetworks.com. Follow us on our social media pages and follow me on my brand new Instagram and X. I think X is politicized. It's not like Twitter was, so I'm not on X as much. I got on it when I first got back. After my year hiatus of social media, I went on X. Everything is political. Everything is debatable. I'm not into that. Twitter was fun. Twitter, you shared your ideas. Twitter, people commented. Now everything is do or die, right? I ain't into that. So follow me on Twitter if you want, or follow me on my Instagram. Both of them have the same DJ Change 111. DJ Change 111. All right. Shout out to April J. and her mother, Pastor Maple Hall, the owner of WPB Media Networks. We thank her for allowing us to have a voice on this platform. That's what I'm saying. We have to support the platforms that's giving a voice to real podcasting, real content creators. Real, and I say real is real is real, and real knows real. Y'all gonna check out Real on this coming Sunday, Resurrection Sunday for many across the world. This is what they call Holy Week, right? Holy Week. And so today is Friday, Good Friday for many. And then on Saturday, for many, it's Silent Saturday, and I'm going to get into it. And then Sunday, he rose from the dead. Well, meet me at high noon right here on WPBMediaNetworks.com or on our website, www.wakeupglobalnetworks.com, Resurrection Realities and Resurrection Fallacies. I'm going to break it over. See, that's what I'm saying. I ain't going to play no redacted video and say, oh, this ain't true. That's true. That's true. I'm doing the work. I've put in the work. So if we put in the work, please support. Now, having said that, Christian nation or Christians in a nation. Now, you say, D. Foster, what are you talking about? Well, there's this big thing going around that talk about the United States, and a lot of people are prophesying. And if you're not from that world, let me just take you into it for a minute. We're not going to stay there. That the United States and what's going on with the United States is devastating, because the United States has always been a Christian nation, and God is sending people to bring us back as the breadbasket of Christianity. And without the United States, we are the premier pushers of the gospel. And without the United States of America, the world would go to hell in a handbasket. This is what they're saying, that the United States has more missionaries. And I'm going to get to the missionaries that came over to Africa in a minute. The United States sponsors more missionaries and sends them to the uttermost parts of the world to save hell-bound people. And if it wasn't for this country, the world would be going to hell. So this is a Christian nation. We want prayer back in schools. We want the choice, freedom of choice for women done away with. And I'm not making a comment on any. I'm just now I'm reacting, right? We got to bring God back. That's what's saying. And it's marketed like this, share this, as this is a Christian nation. So the title of this podcast is Christian Nation or Christians Within a Nation. Now, I'll start off this podcast being honest. I take issue with this being a Christian nation. And of course, I have done my homework that I'm going to present to you and let you decide for yourself. Of course, I won't be able to exhaust the subject matter, but I will be able to open up a can of worms, and then you can dig deeper if you want. Again, you know, my thing is wake up, My job is to make sure that you are up, that you don't sleep, that you are not given the pill. You know, Morpheus had given Keanu Reeves the pill, the blue pill or the red pill. I'm going to just put the pills out there, and I'm going to push the pill that you should take. And that is the pill to break out of the matrix of lies that are told, especially in the realm of Christianity, that this is a godly nation. Come on, Pillow, move closer. All right? Goodness and mercy. Like, share, subscribe. I told you. If you like a straight no chaser, this is Friday. It's Friday. Straight no chaser Friday. We give it to you raw. That's why I need your support. I'm not reacting to anything. I am bringing you the real content on everything. So anyway, Christian Nation. So let me say at the beginning of this podcast that I totally, vehemently, 100% disagree with the fact, and I'm going to come and have the proof up in this booth, that this United States is a Christian nation. Now, here's my position. I believe that there are Christians within this nation, but a Christian nation? No, let me sit back on this. Let me lean back. Let me lean back a little bit. We got some things to talk about. A Christian nation. First of all, the word Christian. I want you to like, I want you to share, subscribe. I want you to follow. I want you to share this with somebody, especially on this holy weekend. Holy weekend, right? So a Christian wasn't even used. The word Christian wasn't even used until Jesus died, till the Christians went to Antioch. And the word Christian was not a noteworthy word. It's called like the N word back then. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you hear me say, I'm not a Christian. I'm a Christ follower. No matter people say I'm a disciple, well, I'm a Christ follower, because even those two take different turns. But anyway, so Christian nation, you're a Christian nation. Now, again, I believe there are Christians in the nation. Okay, so shout out to all the Christians, all the Christ followers, all the disciples, whatever you want to call yourself. You follow Christ. You use him as your model. You believe in him. Okay, you celebrate him, his death, burial, resurrection on your behalf, right? So a Christian, you are a Christian, right? But a Christian is a Christian because a Christian is a believer and a follower. A nation, and I'm not picking. I'm not picking. I'm going somewhere with this. A nation can't believe. A nation is made up of people. A nation is a space, land, territory. A nation has been marked out by a group of people to say, this is the nation of China. This is Asia. This is, India. This is the United States. So a nation, the United States, can't be a Christian nation because a nation cannot believe. A nation cannot follow. A nation has been determined, its bounds and its borders by people, right? Okay, so that's the first thing that I have issue with. You can't be a Christian nation. You can have some Christians within a nation. So you say, well, D. Foster 3, maybe they're talking about the culture. Okay, let's come talk. See, we're going to dig in. Maybe they're talking about the culture of the nation. Oh, no, you definitely can't convince me we are Christian culture. You definitely can't convince me this country is Christian because of the culture. Now, if you said it was a pagan nation, then I may partly agree with that, because I think in this country, if you do your homework, and I know some of you on this holy day, and I'm just prepping you for what may become Sunday. I'm not trying to have shock therapy or shock analysis. I'm just trying to lay the truth out there. And these are things I've been talking about for years and years and years, right? I'm just kind of having more time to expand upon them. If you said there are Christians in the nation, I would agree. But the nation itself, the culture of the nations, of this nation, the United States, celebrates more of a pagan culture than it does a Christ-filled or a Christian or a Christ follower culture. You said, huh? Yeah. So if you say there are Christians in this nation, I'd agree. But if you said that the culture was Christian, I would disagree. The culture is more pagan. Oh, you don't believe me? All right, let me just give you a little bit, then I'm out. Because I'm getting ready for Sunday. Resurrection Realities, Resurrection Fallacies. Like, share, subscribe, follow. So on Sunday, okay, let's first talk about the days of the week. Pagan. None of the days of the week are Christian days. The pagan days of the week are either aligned with the stars or feast days, right? So originally, that's why I said, I get down to the nitty gritty. Originally, the Sabbath day, if you go through the ancient texts, the which we call the Bible, the ancient text, the worship was on Saturday. Saturday is named after Saturn, Christian nation. Saturn, one of the outer planets in astrology. Saturn represents time. Saturn represents karma, right? I could get into all of that. Like, share, subscribe, right? Come on. So Saturday, right? But I'm not going to get too deep into this because I'm going to touch some of this Sunday. But when it was demanded that the state religion would be Christianity. Y'all didn't know that. See, that's why you got to follow. You got to follow. I know y'all thought Jesus. I know you thought everybody that called themselves a Christian got converted. No, some of them were mandated to become Christians. Right. To stop a war. Y'all, come on. I ought to cut it off right there. Because that's why I say I need your support. This ain't no redactor area. I'm not repeating. I have done my homework. So I'm getting somewhere. So the day was changed from Saturn, to, watch this, the worship of the sun, Sunday. You go to church on the day the sun is worshiped. That sun, S-U-N, day, is named after the sun god back then. It's a Christian nation, but let's all go to church. Now, I'm not saying don't go to church on Sunday. I just want you to know when people say stuff and you're not evolved or awakened, you'll fall right into, this is a Christian nation and we bringing God back to this. This is a pagan culture. This culture has more paganism in it than it does Christianity. And I already just gave you 2 examples. And I'm not going to even talk about your weekend coming up because I'll talk about that on Sunday. So we celebrate, right? We celebrate Christmas. I just gave you Monday, Tuesday, and all the days of the weeks are named after feast days, goddesses, or planets. Do your work. I'm not like this. Share this. Subscribe. I know. You say, why are you shaking up our weekend? Because that's what I'm called to do. To awaken. You notice the word wake up. The voice over now. My voice over all the foolishness. You get it? My organization, Wake Up Global, to wake people up. Wake up and not sleep. Not stay slumber. All right, I'm almost finished. But of course, you can tune in Sunday. So wake up, everybody. That used to be my radio entry. I love it, right? So Sunday. So now everybody goes to church on a pagan day, a day named after pagan. I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm just telling you it is what it is. And Monday, then you go to work on Moon Day. So don't give me this as a Christian culture. This is a pagan culture. Everything. All right, let me give you another one, a famous one. On December 25th, boom, 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 Christ was born on. You said, are you picking D. Foster 3? No, I'm awakening you. I'm like Morpheus. I'm bringing you out of the matrix so that you can be he whom the Son sets free is free indeed. We worship more idols in this country than we ever thought we did. On Sunday and holy days and high Sabbaths. Do you know where Sabbaths are? All right, I know I'm getting into too much. Let me take my time. I'm so excited. So like, share, subscribe, follow. So Monday, then Saturday, Sabbath. People say, no, Saturday is named after the Sabbath. No, it's not. Saturday is named after Saturn, the planet Saturn. Sunday is named after the sun god. Monday is moon. Monday, moon day. That's why everybody is evil on Monday. They don't want to go back to work. And everybody is grouchy on Monday or moon. Woo! Everybody's grouchy on woo. Everybody grouchy on Monday, right? Need a cup of coffee. But anyway, so Moon Day, right? There is no anointed day. There is no Pentecost. I'm just saying, ain't nothing named after the Bible during the days of the week or the months of the year, March, April. But anyway, like, share, subscribe, follow, do that. So anyway, all right, so I just throwing a little bit out why this is not, I don't ever want to hear somebody tell me this is a Christian nation. It's a pagan culture. You have Christians in a pagan culture, right? So Monday, Tuesday. All right, let's take something, everybody. Christmas. On December 25th. Okay, well, I've taught this before, and it is obvious that Jesus was not born on December 25th because while shepherds watch their flock, shepherds don't watch flock in December. It's too cold for the sheep in December. Now, I'm going to, but we believe through my studies, it was sometime around springtime when Jesus was born. Early spring. Because now, why is it on the 25th? Well, here it is right there. And it's going to even deal with your holiday coming up on Sunday. That most of what we call holy days or holidays, holidays were centered around the equinox. That's why Easter changed. Oh, I'm getting into Sunday. That's why times change every year for Easter. I don't want to peak my geek, right? So I'm going to get off of that. That's why times change. So Christmas was moved to be around the winter equinox because they were high feast days, right? Just like Valentine's Day. Everybody, Valentine's Day. Now we know that's not a Christian day, but we have couples ministry and we talk about relationships when we talk about Cupid, which was a goddess, and we talk about Saint Valentine, who was believed to be the goddess of relationship. Do say a Christian nation? No. Nation. Christians in a nation. But a pagan. I know you disagree. You can write me thevoiceovertheglobe@gmail.com. I'll be interested in your comments. I'll come and debate any space, any place, any time. Because I think it's undebatable when you lay the facts out. When you lay the facts. Christian nation, this is my last one. Christian nation, right? Christian nations, without the United States of America, we dispense more missionaries all over the world so that Sha-na-na-na-na can be saved. Without us, all the Africans would have gone to hell. All the Indians, all those who were practicing witchcraft, all of those who were over there in yoga, all of those who had, So Christian nation sent missionaries over, and I speak specifically to Africa, to preach the gospel because they felt like the spirituality that Africans had, because it was not European dominated, was not of God, and that they were, and there were some worshiping idols. Okay, everybody, they got idol worshipers here in America. They got idol worshipers in every culture, in every state, right? So they picked Africa because Africa at that time that they evangelized, which means they more colonized. I would say you didn't evangelize Africa. You colonized it because you understood where the silver civilization, where the gold was. So you figure you come over there and you would preach a European gospel, and you would preach them under conviction. And as good brother Bishop E. Bernard Jordan said many, many years ago when he was sharing with us, when they said, let's bow and pray. When we opened up our eyes, we had the Bible and they had the gold, and nothing has changed since. You sent your Christian missionaries over to rob a nation, to enslave a people, to take their religious practices. Did some of it need? Yes, absolutely. But to rob their religious practices and to now endorse your European religious practices, which is simply filled with celebration of feast days, paganisms, and etc., etc. Like this, share this, subscribe. This is just a tip of the iceberg. So I ask you to think, is this a Christian nation? Or is this a nation with a few? And I mean, I'm not going to get into Hollywood. I'm not going to even get into some of the practices in the Roman Catholic Church. I'm not going to get into some practices in the Pentecostal churches. Christian nation, the governments, the hierarchy, Christian nation? I think not. I think you have a few Christians with any nation. But for the most part, if you talk about the culture, it's a pagan culture. And I could go on and on and on and on. But I just wanted to drop this on this podcast. I want you to hit us up 12 noon Sunday on the on Sunday, right? We're going to, Sunday. 12 noon when the sun is the highest in the sky. That's fitting for Sunday, right? That's very fitting for Sunday. I want you to connect with us on on our YouTube channel. We also have a YouTube channel, Wake Up Global Networks, or right here, WPB Media, on all of their platforms. I'm going to be dealing with resurrection realities. Now, some people will hear this and try to preach the opposite. I get it. I give some people, and I'm not bragging, I give some people content without listening to me, and people will send me clips of stuff adverse to what I said. I'm glad they're listening. It doesn't change my opinion at all. When you throw a rock, the dog that hollers the most is the dog that got hit. I want you to keep hollering, because I be rolling y'all. I'll teach, or I'll speak on something, or I'll share some content like I did with the abusive reverend in Virginia. And then somebody got up and sent me a clip of some pastor who got up and preached holiness and about time people stand for holiness and don't listen to, when you throw a rock. So I know a few people may take what I'm saying and rush to defute this. I got it. I'm ahead of the game. I did my homework. And guess what? When you throw a rock, if I hear you holler, I know you got hit because you believe this is a Christian nation despite the evidence. Like, share, subscribe, follow. Don't forget Sunday. Oh, there we go again. Sunday morning at 7 o'clock. There will be no Voice of Hope connection. There will be no Voice of Hope connection this Sunday. I'm saving it all for high noon on Sunday. High noon, resurrection realities or resurrection realities. We're going to have some more fun. See, if you make this fun and not religious, it gets good. But if you take this personal, Don't take it personal, because this ain't personal. This is about an assignment to wake up the next generation so that they can be free and live in truth. All right, until Sunday, this is D Foster 3. Say, don't forget to follow me, DJ Change 111. DJ Change 111. Peace.
Thank you for being a part of The Voiceover. Please follow us on all of our social media platforms to stay connected to our upcoming shows and guests. Instagram at The Voiceover Radio. Twitter at DPropheticI. That's the letter D, prophetic, EYE. If this show has enriched you in any way, please share The Voiceover among your circle. Until